Thank you, Christy and Dory. It's so good to have good women friends. I think that makes everything so much easier. I'm frequently asked how an English major who wanted to be a ballerina ended up in medical school. Well, the summer of my junior year of college, I was working as a waitress, and I needed another job to cover my college tuition. So I applied for a job at the first legal abortion clinic in Chicago. They completely, inexplicably hired me in spite of the fact that I had zero qualifications other than being able to balance 5 plates on my arms. So that summer, I walked women through picket lines, told them what was involved in an abortion, and educated them about contraception. During procedures, I held the hands of terrified teenagers and married women who were anxious to get home to their families. I was not only hooked on the medicine, but became passionate about giving women information so they could control their own reproductive destiny. My life mission was set. Women will make good choices for themselves if they're given good information. So I alerted the New York City Ballet that they would just have to muddle on without me, and I applied to medical school. And it's been an interesting road. Which brings me to my recent launching of the Northwestern Medicine Center for Sexual Medicine and Menopause. Let's just say leadership at Northwestern Memorial Hospital was not initially 100% on board when I told them I wanted to open a sex center. They needed a little convincing. So, why sexual medicine? Well, female sexual dysfunction rates are shockingly high. In fact, 44% of women between the ages of 18 and 90, yes, 18 and yes, 90, it's not just younger women or older women who struggle, it's everyone, have sexual problems such as a lack of libido, painful intercourse, or the inability to have an orgasm. 80% of women who survive a heart attack never have sex again, not because they medically can't, but because they are terrified that if they come, they might go. And no one has told them otherwise. 90% of women living with a cancer diagnosis have sexual issues that impact on their relationship and quality of life. But they never discuss these issues with their doctors. Women who survive cancer, yes, they're grateful to be alive, but they feel they do not have the right, that they don't have the right to complain about the loss of intimacy and pleasure. And then there's diabetics. Many diabetics not only have numbness in their feet, but they also have genital nerve damage that precludes the ability to climax. And I can pretty much guarantee that even the best endocrinologists don't bring that up. And then there are lifelong issues following sexual trauma or molestation. Moving on to menopause. Today, with increasing life expectancies, that's the good news, women are surviving all of these medical conditions. Women will live roughly half of their life, adult life, after the menopause transition. But 80% of menopausal women experience symptoms that impede their ability to think, work, function. It's not just hot flashes, which, by the way, can last 10 years or more, but the brain fog, insomnia, weight gain, incontinence. Menopause impacts on bone health, cardiovascular health, joints, cognitive function. The list is very long. And every day, I see postmenopause women, every day, who endure excruciatingly painful intercourse because they're afraid. They're afraid of losing their marriage if they decline or complain. A lot more is wrong there than thin, dry vaginal walls. And let's just face it, if every guy woke up on his 50th birthday to find his penis was the size of a breakfast sausage and he could never have sex again, his doctor would not say, that's just a normal part of aging. He'd be given solutions and a prescription for Viagra. Women, on the other hand, have not been given solutions for their problems, but that doesn't mean the solutions don't exist. Developing a comprehensive center for sexual medicine and menopause was an opportunity to fill this enormous unmet need and give women good information so they can make good choices. Now, I know it may be a little uncomfortable to talk about genitals at a luncheon, but I do this all the time, and we need to take these taboo topics into the open to ensure a better quality of life, not only for women, but the other people in their lives, and yes, including men. So I want to thank the YWCA for recognizing the importance of this work and doing all that they do for women. I also want to thank my 4 amazing daughters, Rachel, Danielle, Jessie, and Julian, for putting up with all the vagina talk at the dinner table. And I especially want to thank my husband, Jason, for for supporting me every step of the way and making me really, really happy. And if you have any questions, if you have any questions about menopause or sexual medicine, ask him. He has become quite the expert. Thank you.